Okay, so we've got Ree in today for an eyebrow wax and tint. We always start the brows with a measure. So we pop the ruler on to make sure both sides are perfectly symmetrical. So we want to measure out the middle. The bulb of her brow. The arch. And the tail. And we do the same on the other side. So when I look at Ree's brows, they are a little bit round in here. So we want to straighten this out a little bit to give her more of an arch and not a circle underneath. And they're also a little bit long here, which sort of drags down the face a little bit. So we want to lift that up to the corner of the eye. So I'm just going to pencil out and show you. So this line underneath should always be very nice and straight. And you'll see the bit that she's missing in here. So she's missing this triangle in here, which is actually really common. So if that piece is missing, the brows become circle instead of arched. So we want to fill that in. And we only want to bring her brows to the corner of her eye. So on the top, this should be nice and symmetrical. Right up into the peak. And then down for her tail here. We're going to do the same on the other side. So she's got the same thing on the other side. It's quite curved in this part. So we need to straighten this out along here to give her a nice arch. So we want to stay with the thickness of her brow already. We just continue the line. And then we're going to shorten it when we do the wax. Okay, now we're going to wax all of the hairs off around the lines that I've drawn. So we'll start with the middle. So we want it nice and close to that line. And then the top. And then I always go in with the tweezers and make sure every hair is gone outside of the line. We've finished this brow on the right side, so you can see the little bits of hair that she's missing in this little triangle. Once that's nice and straight, she'll have a nice arch on this side. So we've finished mapping all of Ree's brows out and we've done all the waxing. So we've stuck close to her natural hair, the thickness of her natural brow. Most of this box is filled up with her hair. It's just this little triangle underneath that she's missing hair. But that little triangle does change the shape of her brow a lot. It changes it from a circle to a nice arch. So with the tint, we want to colour all of this in so it looks seamless at the end without this little triangle. So I'm going to go through with the tint. So I've popped the tint on Ree's brows. I've actually taken the front off this one already just because we want that really soft front for her brows. That will help it look nice and natural, and then we can go a little bit darker for the middle and the tail. So I'm just taking off the front of this one, and this one is all done. So you can see we've filled in this triangle underneath to give Ree's brow a really nice arch. This one is parallel, and then we've lifted up her ends. So it gives her a bit of a lift in the eye area. So I'll just show you in the mirror what we've done. Just hold that. So what I've done is stayed with the thickness of your brow here at the front, and then we've just made this more arched underneath instead of circular. So we've coloured in this little triangle, and then we've lifted them up at the end a little bit, just so they're not dragging down. So it just gives a bit of a lift in the eye area there. Happy?
So good.